Good afternoon, everybody. Good morning, wherever you are in the world, or maybe good evening. As Darth Pool, Mike, there's got to be early morning. Surely.
Should be 9 p.m. their time, I think. Ish.
Oh, it's going to be early hours of the morning, I think. I mean, it's such a big country.
That's true. It's probably that time somewhere.
Yeah. Right. We didn't put any music on, which is good.
Excited to be here with you guys again today. It's been a little while since we've done one of these live streams, but there's been a lot of other
I wonder why, Patrick.
going on this summer, which we'll chat about. But we are excited to
He's excited.
Star Wars to share some stuff here again today. My name's Patrick, obviously, from our marketing team.
Is it?
We've got a couple other folks here as well.
Hi, I'm Jane. Here at Hasbro.
Thanks for sleeping, becoming a member again.
On design here at Hasbro.
3 a.m. in New
We're
Zealand.
excited
Mando.
about the live stream. This is kind of
Really?
generally
Be Hollywood.
season back.
Ooh, hey, what's up?
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to what today will bring.
General timing.
Rancor.
As I mentioned, it has been a lot going on.
What up,
since
Dave?
the
David?
live stream. I think our last one was I Am Your Father's Day in June.
And Caleb.
There's
Caleb.
lots of live streams, but a lot
New
of
Zealand, 3 a.m. Oh,
our
wow.
second fan site celebration of
And
the
I love
year
Patrick.
in June. We reviewed
Yes.
our vintage
Be respectful. I'm only kidding.
Black Series
Say what you want to I'm not bothered.
You notice it doesn't say senior marketing anymore on it, man.
there. And a bit to share about that vintage Bad Batch item. We shared this on some fan site
Things happen.
but there are additional quantities that will be available for that item when it's on shelf in early 2022. So that was exciting. Star Wars Entertainment, the Bad Batch Season 1 concluded with that epic finale. So exciting to watch that.
Epic finale. Did you watch it?
Reveals in early July.
Oh, he means the two-parter.
Oops.
In late July. So,
There we go.
a little while between live streams, but a lot going on.
I obviously
We're
didn't watch
excited
it.
to Continue the news here today. So we're going to dive into the show, get right into the news. We're going to start with reveals.
The
starting
news.
with our newest
Go
Express
with the news.
edition.
That's right. And we did our first one of these figures back in 2019 with
Hey,
Darth
Greedo.
Vader, and followed up on May the 4th this year with the reveal of our next entry in the series, the Boba Fett figure.
Yeah, never could
What
find
we're getting for
And
Jedi.
I think we've talked about this before.
that. Never
How
find
the process
those.
of making a new figure. We look at samples of the figures in solid and unpainted colors just to look at sculptural details, check fit.
Hey, look who's there, trash compactor.
And some of
Hey,
these
how you
figures.
doing? Nothing yet, dude.
Hey, I've got his backpack on. Looks absolutely fantastic, mate.
Yeah, those are beautiful.
Fantastic.
And for our next reveal today is our next entry into this program.
What is up, Nathan? How you
Being
doing?
molded in a different color will help them shoot a little straighter. It's the prototype edition Stormtrooper.
Stormtrooper.
So he
Wow.
was molded in the bright, bold colors that you've seen in the other releases. He'll come in 6
Nathan.
different color variations with the purple, blue, red,
By
orange.
the sounds of Boba Fett, I bought it. I
but
just can't believe people fall for these
we're
things.
throwing in the colored blasters as well. So
Oh,
these
no.
figures will be a different color as well.
What?
It's a nice, fun little color pop and something new for these things. Packaging continues that fun, saturated colors of the line.
I like the card.
Packaging.
Style art.
The card's nice.
Yeah, the card's nice. I don't like the figure
Will be
at all.
available
Yeah.
in the US. Toys R Us
Just give me the
Canada, Fan channel exclusive.
Yeah, Dave's right. Easy money. I mean, if I see it, I'll buy it.
Fan channel exclusive in the UK.
On shelf later this fall.
Cool.
I might just in the end have to have you
Welcome.
pick it up for me.
For now, let's move on to the Black Series. We have one reveal
Hey, Pete.
now, but we have more reveals to promise. Our first reveal is our next
Guido saying
item
hello?
in the
Guido.
Game Greats line.
He's in fast for
We
well,
started
yeah,
this program
totally.
last year and has continued into this year with some great.
I love them all, mate.
including
I
a
love
new
them all.
version of Cal Kestis,
I'm so excited to get them built.
Stormtrooper, and Night Brother Warrior from
Yeah,
Jedi
Cat.
Fallen Order. And our most recent reveal is
Ah.
Zalbar from Knights of the Old Republic.
I've seen it. It's in the shop.
Our next item in this line is from Battlefront 2.
Uh-huh.
It's the Jet Trooper. Using that new clone trooper body that we love, we were able to modify the torso, including a slide to include a jetpack on this figure.
They
It's not
fly
a
now?
permanent change to this character. Not all future clone troopers will have this slide, but a temporary option that we use for this gaming grades figure. And since this is a gaming character, we took close looks at screenshots taken directly from the game, of course, to influence the design, and we're so happy with how it turned out. One thing we've done is to maintain the consistency of
I
the
need that
blue for the
Ahsoka.
5 Oak First across the entire line. So that blue is it's consistent across all of the 5 Oak First, which we think it looks great. It's a great new troop builder for the line. Number 6.
Well, Greedo, if you need them, I'll order some again from the fan channels.
At GameStop in the
If you need one of those
games in
figures,
Canada,
I'll order some.
exclusive in UK, available
Like,
for pre-order.
anybody that needs them that can't get hold of them, I will order them for you.
I'm just gonna ask you to order it for me because I can't get those here.
Yeah.
Grace was one of that first kind of collections within a collection, so really cool kind of seeing that in the new line look.
Yeah, I think it's great. It looks amazing.
I'm a Star Wars fan. I have one helmet behind me.
About the Mandalorian, a little show you all may have heard of. Obviously, it's been woven throughout our line and will continue to be woven through. We've got a few reveals here today, and we're going to start with our vintage carbonized collection.
Yeah.
We launched that expression last year with a variety of characters, including the Mandalorian himself, which you're seeing on screen. And it was really great to see these dynamic characters.
Oh, you never found Boba? I got 4 of those.
Yeah, I never found them either.
Oh, I'll see if we can see if we've got any. I probably won't have now, but I'll have a look.
So we've got 4 more items in this expression to share today, starting with our first reveal. It's a Mandalorian, but of course you're seeing here we've already done the Mandalorian. So this next one is the Armorer.
Nice.
Right there on the screen. Now, obviously, in the original figure, the mainline figure, the helmet and chest were already carbonized. So in this expression, we carbonized the rest of her costume, her armor, cape, etc. Brought that distinctive styling to the whole figure. She really does stand out as a figure with lots of cool carbonized colors. She really stands out in this line. And with her deep colors, it really sets kind of a cool metallic palette.
Yeah, that's coming, Michael. I think they've already announced that.
Packaging, always important with the vintage collection. This does continue the standard that was set with our vintage carbonized.
Fan channel means like Star Action figures, comics cocktails in demand.
Taken from the deco is printed on silver foil to create that metallic effect, which is really nice. And obviously, the pill and bubble color tie nicely to the carbonized.
If I find the carbonized ones, Greedo, I buy them.
So we are.
But I have a hard time finding anything.
Our vintage carbonized collection. Now our next entry is one that we haven't done in carbonized in any scale, but the pops of red, as a little hint, make it look really great carbonized. It's the vintage carbonized incinerator trooper. So you're seeing it on the screen there. We think it looks
basically great. You're carbonizing and repackaging the figures you made last year.
Hey, I'm not saying anything because I get so much stick.
That's great. I mean, all the figures should be.
First waves of carbonized in any expression, in any scale.
It could be carbonized to start with.
White, and it really has a cool bold red metallic outline detail, really bringing that finish to the figure. We see a great contrast.
Yeah, Michael, they will be probably re-announcing it, if you like. It was I forgot what they called the future lines they have.
Next, for our third one, well, if you're going to have incinerator troopers, you need someone to command them.
Cryo boy.
So all the blacks on his outfit, and
he's got 2
the red cape
in his basket,
lining, all that stuff. Just some beautiful metallics popping.
Overproduced carbonization.
Design looks going on there.
That's not me saying that. That's a chat.
Plus up on this figure. And then
I wonder if these will be Walmart exclusives.
We've seen this one carbonized in Black Series already, but it looks so amazing. We wanted to see it in vintage as well. And that's right. It's
the thing is, they're still coming up with the Mandalorian figures.
So the base sandy color of his armor became.
They're not new.
Gold.
Yeah, they're not.
So
that looks nice.
But still, like, this is a super highly decoed figure. So we've got all that on here, all in the carbonized treatment to really maintain the look of this figure. So definitely a unique look here.
Both those last 2 look really good.
The first time we're seeing a short trooper on a Mandalorian card back, which is fun. So a great new film out from season 2, episode 7.
We should never order and pay for the Razor Crest.
And then all of these vintage carbonized.
But it's a Mission Fleet Razor Crest coming out. You can get that instead.
Walmart
there you go.
Which means they'll be shipped in a dump bin like they were last year, and we'll never see them.
Transfer you. These won't be available for pre-order tomorrow. They'll be pre-ordered on October 7th.
On the original version first.
Very cool. it's a cool point about kind of the card back appearing here first. I know we see that occasionally in the line where some of these different expressions see the there. So it's
not. I mean, that's a really nice card, actually.
Yeah, I just wish it didn't have the the carbonized sticker.
My favorite is still the Incinerator Trooper. I think that one, just the contrast, exactly what you said, Patrick. The contrast between that white
is a sweet trooper.
Gorgeous. I love that one.
Yeah, it's nice that Chris, the design team, does a really cool job of bringing out.
I'm a Star Wars.
Hey, Star Wars.
Yeah.
Oh, it's got his Star Wars t-shirt on.
So that was vintage. We're going to continue with our Mandalorian beat with the Black Series. Just like we launched Vintage Carbonized last year, we also launched the Black Series Credit Collection. Again, a variety of characters, including the Mandalorian.
So these are also going to be Walmart exclusives.
About this expression. Star Wars has such a great heritage of coin packaging, so it was fun to get the actual currency of the Star Wars universe, the Imperial credits, into these packs.
Repack with a bit of plastic in it.
Have such a great heritage with
but they are on the cards, and so I'll buy them because I saw
the credits images that we saw from the show. So we loved working that concept imagery into these card backs and decorating the figures to match those artwork.
I remember at the end of the first episode of The Mandalorian, like realizing that there was 7 minutes left of the show, and kind of those end credits being almost a show in and of themselves. It was really cool.
Yeah, and they always reflect obviously what happens in that show, but give it that new look and feel, which we loved obviously. So we're bringing it into our packs. Yeah, so we have 5 new reveals for this program today, and who better to start our reveals with than the Mandalorian. I love this one, but let's just take a quick beat for the
color
themselves. We base these off of the Imperial credits that have tech design details on each one. They're all the same base silhouette for the sculpts, but the details
I doubt it very much.
Are unique. And they also have different colors. So if you collect all 5 of them, you'll notice. We use the artwork from the packaging and the learnings from previous credit collection to make sure that they fit really well on shelf and look cohesive from the waves from last year into this year.
What shelf?
We got new color breaks on.
Just come back to get on it. Get on it.
Blue stripe really helps to set him apart.
That's got to be done.
And he comes with this really striking blue cape, accurate to the concept art, of course.
It's Batman's cape.
That's a nice card.
Collection with the weathered effect on the card to match the mood.
It's Gimmick Wednesday.
And set it apart from classic Kenner-inspired packagaging.
Yeah,
we
well,
also have this crackling effect.
I love you in the chat. It's hilarious.
Artwork. And the pill color is pulled directly from the art for a cohesive look to bring it all together. Our packaging.
I was hoping that was going to be soft.
It looks amazing. It showcases great concept art of the Mandalorian in his action shot in his Beskar armor, and we specifically chose this image because it shows a lot of the clear details for the Mandalorian.
I noticed that they never put their chat on slow-mo, so people can't actually read what people are complaining about.
Available for pre-order starting tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern.
Amazon exclusive.
Spring of 2020.
Okay.
So not going to come damaged.
Yeah, well, they might come damaged, but at least I can get them.
Mandalorian's first ally from the show in season 1. That's
Lando wants his cape back.
Great figure here. Got one here in person to show you.
Oh, look, it's the one Black Series figure I can find on the shelves.
Yeah, peg warmer.
Fun, super saturated colors from the concept art.
I love the hand movement. I feel like the Star Wars fans are.
Hey, mate. How you doing?
Very well from the background we provide.
No trolls in here today.
No.
Exactly. So
Not yet, anyway.
And
just the soft, good-natured ribbing.
Previous credit collection figures. We don't want to mess with these.
You know, it's not really up to them what they make.
Maybe make things.
Patrick and them are just doing their job.
These, so we've left the same, but we
those molds cost money.
Yeah.
They've got to get the most out of them.
Really saturated colors, and then
They must be really worn out by now.
It's from the concept art, and
I like that.
Shows
Yeah, mint carbas can be very rare indeed. Totally.
Beautiful stuff. So this guy, Amazon in the US, Canada, and the UK.
All right, Toy Tony.
For pre-order tomorrow at 1 Eastern, and on shelf in the spring of 2022.
joining the Mandalorian and
I can't believe I'm actually pre-ordering figures 6 months
season
ahead,
1. It's
or something on a card back.
He had a significant shift in his color palette in his outfit as well. He looks significantly different than the mainline version.
Yes,
Instead
yes,
of all the
totally.
brown tones in his outfit,
Yeah,
he has a lot
that's
of
it.
blues
Get a
and reds
carbonized
based off of
Patrick
that
done.
Concept art from the end of season 1. His entire color palette in his outfit changed. Instead of becoming just simply more saturated, we're also able to bring in some details for the lower half of his body, which was missing from the original
card.
Available as a fan channel exclusive in the US and Canada. Available for pre-order starting tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern time and on shelf spring of 2022.
It's cool seeing them all together. I'm realizing
not in the UK.
Blues
not in America.
Season 2, which obviously matches the logo, and we saw a lot more.
That's nice. That I like that.
So it's cool, kind of the collection within a collection within a collection, which is really neat.
The other half of the cape, Mando cape.
So Mando and Queel and Grief Karga are obviously going to need someone to battle, and who better to battle, obviously, for the Mandalorian than Moff Gideon. Seeing him here on the screen now, I couldn't. Jing and Chris did a great job of taking them out of package. The packaging is just so beautiful. I couldn't bring myself to do it.
Repack
so we took a lot of the
Express.
same learnings as the Death Trooper last year.
Yeah.
Remember that credit collection item. This art right here, I'm glad I left it intact. This was part of that same piece of art.
Should be on a V cam back.
You know, fabulous. Every once in a while, I see Patrick looking off to his right, and I wonder if there's somebody standing there waiting with a taser to get him who says something.
Measuring colors on the figure as we use on that Death Trooper that came previously.
Yeah,
So
that guy that looks like his hostage. He's not on today.
Again, we like the concept art for this item as it portrays the cold emotions of Moff Gideon, so we thought it was the best representation. Forms a great addition to our credit collection. This item's available at Best Buy in the US and Canada. It's a fan channel exclusive in the UK. It's available for pre-order tomorrow at Shock Alert here, 1 p.m. Eastern time. You're going to hear that a lot, but we're going to keep
Best
repeating
Buy.
it to
Wow.
make it easy. And this one is also on shelf in the spring of 2020.
Great. I can't get on at 1 o'clock tomorrow.
Putting them in and out of pack, Patrick. I have some in pack, some out of pack. Yeah.
Yeah, blue is definitely the color.
Yeah. And for our final reveal today,
Show me the card.
we started with a Mandalorian. We're going to end with a Mandalorian. It's the armor. In the artwork, she's seen holding a Mandalorian.
Basically, they're repackaging every Mandalorian figure now.
That jetpack with this figure. It's a unique offering and pack out for the credit collection version of this character. You know, first time a credit collection figure has different accessories than the mainline version. We also had significant color shift with this one as well, based on the season 1 concept art. We went more in that direction. This is the hand that Patrick was talking about. We went more in the direction of magenta red. I want to just take a moment. She looks quite a bit different. Like if you notice some of the details, the team really pulled in.
You've weathered it a bit.
Did a great job with this one. Again, the piece of concept art shows a lot of clear details.
Really? Why not?
It tells a good story with an interesting background environment. So we had to use that. Available at GameStop in the US.
GameStop. Okay, well, I can go do that.
Exclusive in the UK. Available for pre-order starting tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern time and on shelf spring of 2022. All right.
These fan channels are going to get a lot of money.
We have one more Black Series reveal for the live stream before shifting back to
so far, nothing is coming to a store.
Mandalorian.
All of it is exclusive.
So Mandalorian season 1 was awesome. It took the world by storm. We all tuned in. We all loved it. In addition to focusing on other beats from the show, we also made sure to represent some of the key moments that we saw throughout the show. So our next reveal is just such an item highlighting a key scene throughout that we saw from second episode of season 1. It's the build-up pack to help build out the world. It's the Mandalorian and Grogu.
There we go.
Biggest thing we have here is that brand new painting technique for this one to achieve that caked on mud look. We worked with our factories.
What, brown paint?
Dimensional paint so that the figure looks accurately caked in mud. It's a little hard to see. Is my hand helping it? It's like caked in mud.
That action figures tomorrow.
to get that look. Yeah. So that's how we got this effect. It's not a new sculpt. It's actually dimensional paint. So we thought that was really cool. It's a new technique, and we're so excited.
That's what I was thinking, Greedo.
Maybe a little hard to see on camera, but yeah. See the
I
details
found
on
myself leaning forward to get the full view.
Yeah.
It's cool.
there.
Hopefully no one saw that. Hopefully no one saw my foot leaning in there. Subjective
It's
answer.
okay. I'm sure I was like this too. So it also comes with a Mudhorn egg, first time in Black Series.
But every single one of these is next spring. You're not showing anything for Christmas.
And it also comes with a Grogu with a new head sculpt. I'm going to have to use my hands because he's so tiny.
Hey, Lucas. How are you doing?
He has a closed eyes if you can't see because he's using the Force to levitate the Mudhorn.
Do we get the Mudhorn then?
That scene.
Oh, that'd be cool.
The first time we've done the first Pram in Black Series.
Yeah, they'll make one in that fleet missions stuff, I bet.
You notice that instead of the child in the packaging, he's listed as Grogu, giving that this item is coming out after we now know what his real name is.
Ooh!
Illustrations from these build-up packs
Thanks for telling us that.
challenging given the packs contain so much, as you saw. But we worked to find that balance, and we love the Mudhorn in the background, giving context for the scene, so we had to include it. So for this one, I am going to bring up the packaging because you can see the little Mudhorn peeking in. Or big Mudhorn.
Surely that's got to be coming out then.
It's available. This item is available at Target in the U.S., Toys R Us, Canada,
Fan channel exclusive.
And this is another item that we won't be pre-ordering tomorrow in order to ensure a better pre-order experience. But it will be on shelf early 2022, and we'll keep you updated if we have any more details to share. That's it for the Mandalorian on today's live stream, but we have more Mandalorian products being revealed and hitting shelves throughout the
more
fall,
baby
so
orders.
definitely stay tuned.
I was hoping some Star Wars Vision stuff would be shown, at least something.
Coming up. One of the most iconic things about Star Wars, no spoilers here, is the troopers. We know there are so many different types of troopers, and all of them are iconic, really cool looking, and really distinctive. And we know the importance of troop building to the vintage collection, since that's part of the larger
we're getting a 2-pack?
world building mission of the expression. So we are excited to launch a brand new expression in the vintage line. It is a troop building assortment. These are going to be
maybe more than 2.
The focus is on delivering multiple figures, and we are reviewing the first one today. Now, first one, if you're going to talk about troop building in Star Wars, there's only one
repackage of Stormtrooper,
and that is with the Imperial Stormtrooper.
Nice.
So I'm showing one here. You're seeing 4 there. So you're seeing kind of the vision for this expression. The Imperial Stormtrooper is obviously, it's the king of troop building.
We won't get 4. We'll get 3.
Everyone needs an Imperial army on their shelves with legions of troopers for the Empire. So one thing you're seeing us establish here, you saw that in that image, and I can show figures here, is that we've got each pack coming with 4 different troopers, 4 rifles and 2 heavy rifles. And what we're establishing is that we're including 3 of these grunt troopers. And here you'll get the beauty shot of my hand there.
I don't like the eyes.
Squad leader, obviously here, posed out with a pauldron showing the rank. So for these troop builder packs, it's something we discussed. We talked about just 4 troopers, but we wanted to deliver the variety within the troops to build out your army.
No, just give us the same ones.
As you can see here in the image, the focus is all on the product. That's the point of troop building. Even though we know that packaging is iconic within the vintage collection, the product is the focus here. So the product, which I will share right now, takes cues from the vintage collection in
nice.
a new shipper-style package. So we can deliver the troops straight to you.
Those are going to be Pulse exclusives, I bet.
But we spent a lot of time striking the right balance with this product for the package.
Christmas troopers, please.
Hasbro logo instead of Kenner.
Pride Month troopers.
Come on. Classic Kenner form. We always try to follow that precedent, but since this is a new packaging structure, we did put the Hasbro logo on there. The illustration style,
copied from Marvel Legends, though.
Here, but we did match that to the classic black and white line art used on our vehicle boxes. But we also added a pop of red on the pauldron that makes that squad leader stand out, since that is a unique offering within the expression. So we're excited about this new expression. We're excited about delivering troop building. But stay tuned for more. We've got big future plans for this program. Basically, we just can't wait to fill up your shelves with even more troopers. So this item is available on Pulse and Shop.
Somebody's in the
US,
pack.
Canada, and the UK. It's available for pre-order tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. And
That's going to sell out like that.
Early in 2022. So exciting new troop building program there.
It shouldn't sell out at all. It's only a
all my Disney stores are shut down.
no, Shop Disney isn't yet.
Mainline. Some of them have been pipeline revealed, but we are excited to show them in figure form because that's where the magic really comes to life. And I'm sure that you guys are all excited to see them. So first up is a figure you've seen already in a slightly different form.
No problem.
Not in a pipeline reveal. So laying those clues there. As
I won't bother.
I
won't bother anyway.
He is coming to mainline. That's what we're showing off here. He checks off a box for a Return of the Jedi Original 96. He's finally coming to the vintage collection. It's the Emperor.
Excellent. Finally, I have joined the vintage collection.
If you purchase that convention exclusive Emperor that we revealed in July, you'll find that the mainline release comes with a different
Order
headset. We wanted to
66.
provide those both for the line. And in this one, we wanted to recreate the Emperor's evil expression as he blasts his Force lightning at the end of the movie. He comes complete with that soft goods robe and a plastic hood, which shapes nicely around the face. Again, the design team struck a nice balance there in how to deliver that full offering with the plastic hood and the soft goods robe. And one thing we do want to call out is the vintage collection number for this item. We don't always announce these because they can change and we don't want to cause any confusion, but this is a special one. The Emperor is the biggest villain in Star Wars, very iconic figure, and it's only fitting that he have vintage collection number 200. So he marks the vintage collection's entry into the next 100 figures in the line. And of course, the packaging will harken back to that original Kenner packaging.
Yeah.
So an exciting addition to the line. Hopefully you guys are excited as we are. We're just thrilled to see him make his entry in the line. So up next, our next reveal for Vintage Mainline is another favorite from the original trilogy and another original 96 figure. If you got the Bespin Carbon Freezing Chamber, which we revealed last year, you are going to want this next reveal because it is Lobot.
Hey!
Product reveal.
Justice for Lobot.
It's obviously been revised since his
Can I order 66?
We're excited to get him into the line. Our team is really hard to capture the best portrait sculpt that he's ever had, really bringing those details.
All right, Ben, anyway.
You'll
I've
see
seen you for a while.
lot of details in his android mechanics in the back of his head, which really kind of completes that figure. And of course, you're seeing here, we had to replicate his 1970s
Melanie Hammerhead. Come on.
He is,
yes.
He is, all dudded up to go hit the down.
Now we just need him on Black Series.
He comes with an E11 rifle from the moment where he's handed one in the hallway. He is, as mentioned, another great figure to continue building out that.
Oh, that's nice.
Chamber.
That's good.
You're seeing the packaging here. For the packaging, again,
Original
cardboard. Recreate that original film out as closely as possible, which we always try to do on original 96 figures. So, Lobot, another exciting addition to the line.
Those sleeves did it
That's
for
right.
me.
Yeah.
Bringing it back.
I love the
Looks
before,
buff.
but the sleeve.
No, it's that puffy shirt.
Yeah.
It's that puffy shirt he wears.
Now we're bringing it back. Now we're going to start seeing it.
Lobot is deep strong.
And who doesn't love that hairline? I mean, look at that.
Ooh,
Oh.
yeah. Classic look.
Aw.
Our final TVC product reveal for the day, and also a Return of the Jedi original 96 figure from the original trilogy. Although we saw him recently looking a little bit different, it is Bib Fortuna.
Hey!
Another incredible addition to the line. This one turned out so great. We worked to bring to life the crazy details on his face. He's got these little things hanging down from his chin and the little details all over his leek-oo, all that stuff. So just lots of great care from the team to replicate all that stuff. And everything from the sculpt to the deco with the wash detail to really highlight that and pull out all those details. The
good sculpt is that as well. Really good sculpt.
So
Yeah, it looks great.
super flexible, so they won't fall around, but you can pose and move them around.
And now that they have that head, they could put out a
long fingernails,
Yes.
pinky poses and stuff that you've seen in some of the art and in the movies. brought it all together with a soft goods robe and skirt to really capture the great detail of that. So you see all those layers and stuff on the robe.
Look at that
Just
card.
beautiful in person. So
He doesn't have his staff.
these 3 figures are all available at most major retailers, including Hasbro Pulse in the US, Canada, and the UK. Available for pre-order, you guessed it, tomorrow at 1 Eastern Time, and on shelf spring of 2022.
You want to walk? Oh,
If Lobot's bringing back those puppy sleeves, Bib's bringing back those long fingernails. We're going to see those sweeping the nation.
No, not yet. Just repacks of all the Mandalorian figures.
Hopefully, we'll come up with some new Black Series now.
We said those TVC reveals were our final figure product reveals, and that was true. But we do have one final product reveal for the day. It's just not a figure. It's in our Force Effects Elite line. So we'll take a look here. But as you know, the Force Effects Elite lines are premium
lightsabers coming out now.
So packed with features to really make them as realistic and authentic as we can. We saw this saber a couple of years ago and knew it was going to make it to the line eventually.
Mm-hmm.
And so for our first Force Effects Elite line, this is the first time we've done this blade color, and it's got some great new features. It's the Rey Skywalker lightsaber from Rise of Skywalker. So, all right, and I've got one of them in hand, so let's take a look. This thing is fantastic. So all these great details and fabric wrap. And one of my favorite things is that we did this rotating switch here for the Ignite feature, but fabric wrap just does all this great, it wears in over time, so it's nice and clean. Here, I'll grab another one. This one's got the blade on it, but you can see here, if you watch close inside these little holes, you'll see the blade ignite when I rotate this.
Oh, wow.
So you get a great little flash of the green and blue, just like in the show.
Yeah.
I love the yellow on that.
In the show.
So good.
It does.
The
The yellow
documentary
is
series.
great. It's kind of like really deep golden orange yellow.
Rey
And then we'll do this
Skywalker.
again, but if you look
Rey
inside these
Skywalker.
holes here on the neck, you'll
She
see
is my granddaughter.
blue and green. Just super accurate and timed out to the
Rey
movie.
Palpatine.
So just great details like that. The sounds in here were all created for the movie. They weren't all used in the movie, but they were created for it. So this is a great chance to really hear all those sounds created for that and really get the full experience. The secondary activation button for all those great other features, the wall cut and stuff, that's all in here. The blaster deflect, everything that we've done on previous ones. If I take the emitter end off of this thing, so you see the pedals here all folded flat, take it off of this one. So I've got this part now, and I take it, and I got to put it over the blade. You can see those pop open, and then you slide that down on, so that then you've got the open pedals on the one with the blade in it. So get some great articulation out of those things, like folding back.
Those are going to be the first thing to break.
Just beautiful stuff.
So you can put another blade on it.
Really great things like the weathering on the fabric, some printed on stuff, but then it's also designed so that with these raw edges to the fabric, it'll wear in over time. So
Yeah, Dave, it's actually because she used the crystals from both
great example
Anakin's
where
and
I was
Luke's
playing with
sabers.
so these edges
So it changes to both colors before it becomes yellow.
Like
Hey, dude.
so just beautiful, fun stuff there. So one of my favorites that we've ever done. Just a great piece. So
Not a first there. That's
other things are, yeah. And the packaging for this kind of follows the same style as we have for previous FX Elite lightsabers.
Nice box.
FX,
Like,
you want
yellow
cardboard.
colors there.
I have one of those.
Please.
So
I
super
have
excited
a grandfather.
between the sounds and all the features and the switch activation stuff.
I think they're
that's
too
great.
expensive. It's what they are.
One available at
I got
most
one on-
including Hasbro
I got
Pulse.
that Palpatine one on clearance at GameStop.
Canada, UK.
Yeah.
Pre-order tomorrow at 1 Eastern Time and on shelf spring of 2022.
And Chris, I'm saying is that this is the first time we have Rey Skywalker on package, right? Spoiler alert. Right? I think this is the first item that we've had Rey Skywalker on package for.
Yeah, because God forbid you make figures for that movie.
I think you're right. Yeah, very cool.
That's awesome. A great new addition to the line. Well, that is it for product reveals, but we shared on our last live stream that pipeline reveals would be a regular segment moving forward, which we love. This provides a look further down the pipeline.
Here we go.
As always, we don't have product to reveal.
I want to see what's coming out at Christmas. Everything you've announced over the past year is already out.
Some more of the characters that we're doing across all segments. And Jink's going to kick us off.
Yeah, I'll start off with Black Series. And so our next pipeline reveal is the next wave of Archive. We know these aren't new figures, but these are some of our most popular figures in the history of the line. So we had to bring them back. Again, we want to provide, like Patrick said, some more visibility to you guys. So we're excited to share our next wave of the Archive collection. Our first member of this wave hasn't been in the line as a single figure in over 6 years. And as mentioned earlier in this live stream, he's one of the biggest villains in all of Star Wars. It's Emperor Palpatine. Excited to get him back into the line. We'll make sure to incorporate some of the updates we saw in 2019.
From
Why can't I get a
Skywalker.
Rise of Skywalker?
Yeah.
It's Lando Calrissian Skiffguard. Third, up next, it's been a long time since this version of the character has been in the line, over 4 years. From earlier in the original trilogy, it's A New Hope C-3PO.
Man.
Yeah.
And our final Archive pipeline reveal
a couple years ago, 40th anniversary.
Bounty Hunter lineup, really popular with the fans. We've brought them all back into the line, except this one. It's Dengar.
Yeah.
Hey.
Nice.
It's great to see those. It's great to see kind of the original trilogy represented there. Still such a vibrant part, the main part.
Yes. That we've been saying for years.
Some great.
You could just actually make some new stuff for new figures for new movies.
Again, as a regular segment,
Nice.
we're going to be doing a little bit of these at a time. So let's take a look now into the pipeline for the vintage collection. Now, our first two pipeline reveals are repacks, but they're
Palpatine did come with the throne, though. They've done Palpatine. They've done Palpatine with the throne. That must be the Rise of Skywalker Palpatine.
No, they said it was a repackage, so it's just taking a figure out of that box and putting it in.
Excited to show them the pipeline reveal. Up next for vintage, another repack, but an important one. We talked about troopers earlier. These are some of the most elite troopers out there. It's the Clone Trooper 501st Legion, the 501st Clone Trooper. So another character we're excited to get back into the line. And our
It's 3PO, but is it metalized? That's what I want to know.
Of course not. They don't do that anymore.
Up first, we've got another great trooper from the Clone Wars, but not a clone trooper. It's a Mandalorian Death Watch Airborne Trooper. Long name, but a great figure there. We're excited to get him into the line. And finally, our final pipeline reveal for the vintage collection. There's no introduction needed for this guy. It's Figrin Dan. We have heard the request for background aliens, especially from the iconic Cantina scene, and we're excited for him to join the line. So some great.
So you're gonna have to buy 4 of them.
So they won't have each of their different instruments. They should.
Why do they do a 4-pack?
Yeah, do a 4-6 pack like they did for the troopers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we want to share a link down the pipe to our next Force Effects Elite item. And
cheers, mate.
that one
Thank you for this package. Amazing.
Showed us some fantastic new lightsaber designs. And for this one, it's Leia lightsaber. This thing is beautiful. So can't wait for that.
I'll have to get that one.
For pipeline reveals, again, this is a look further down the pipeline, so we wouldn't expect these items to be out until next year. In some cases closer to the middle of the year. So we're getting into 2022 at this point. If you are excited for those selects, get excited for the product reveal and pre-order later this year. And again, in some cases, we're starting to get into 2022. And we're going to continue sharing these pipeline reveals. Again, regular segment, a little bit at a time. Now, before we go, we've got so much news. We wanted to share an update on our HasLab Razor Crest. So first, an update on shipping. When we launched the campaign almost a year ago now, it's crazy, we said the item would be shipping in fall of 2021. Now, due to the large number of backers, obviously, I think around 29,000, there's been a slight update to this shipping info. We now expect all fans to get their Razor Crest by early in 2022, in January. So a little bit of a shift there by about a month or so, again, due to the overwhelming.
So you're not getting it for Christmas.
This is great. as always, this is subject to change. We'll keep you guys updated, but we wanted to let you know the update at this point so we know what we're tracking to. So that's the update on shipping.
Got it.
Right, so that's when you're going to get them, but something fun now, a much more interesting update for you guys is the packaging. So love to share this with you. So in our last live stream, we shared the behind the scenes video from the photo shoot where you saw us working on this, but the teams had a chance to take those photos and really go through and work to produce the packaging. So you're seeing some shots here of it.
Proper vintage box.
I love this thing on so many levels. Like it just excites me, just the packaging. So the day we
not
did
the ship,
this,
just the packaging.
Arrived right as we were starting the shoot. So it was super fast paced that morning. We were running around trying to get everything right. It ended up being a 2-day photo shoot just to get all the scenes and all the shots we needed. You can see we tied it close.
Get the Mission Fleet one.
The barge, which referenced all the classic Kenner stuff. So that great line art on the back and sides there, and the look of kind of that applied label on the originals, but here it's obviously printed, much better quality. So just beautiful stuff. Like you can see the shots here, just how much fun we had playing with all the different scenes for the thing. One of my favorites is the shot that's actually on the bottom of the box, and we've got a shot here that shows that, so you can get a peek at it. But it shows all the inner details of the ship, but it's also like took the chance to like have the Jawas pull every panel off the ship, and we've got Jawas hidden around, like holding panels, carrying panels of the ship.
There we go.
There's even one in the cockpit, so if you look close in the shot, you'll see a little Jawa peeking out from the cockpit.
42 pound.
So
Razor
just
Crest from
an
Smiths.
amazing package, and this thing is exceeding all of my expectations. It's beautiful in so many ways.
You'll probably get double your money.
So really excited. All the details in there. This thing is great.
I know a lot of people who are sad they didn't do that.
Everyone to start receiving these things.
So yeah, I'll be watching the shipping notices. Excited to get that one in hand. All right, some final housekeeping. Important details here. As I'm sure you guys know, earlier this year we revealed the vintage collection IG-11 Lando Calrissian in his classic look and Tebow. You're seeing them on the screen here. At the time, they didn't go on pre-order, and that's because we heard an ask from you guys, from the fan community, to wait until we can pre-order an entire case. And the final item in that case was the vintage Emperor that was revealed earlier in the stream. So we're going to try this out and see how it goes. We're not necessarily going to do this all the time, but we're going to see what happens when we pre-order an entire case. So this entire case pack, including IG-11, Lando and Tebow, and the Emperor, will go on pre-order tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. It's all these items, as we said for the Emperor, are available at most major retailers, including Hasbro Pulse, in the US, Canada, and the UK. So if you've been waiting for any of those items, tomorrow's the day. And one final update for the vintage Antok Merrick X-Wing. This is another pre-order update. So we showed this one at FanFest earlier this year. We revealed the item, and it also did not go on pre-order at the time. We wanted to provide an update here. So again, to ensure a better pre-order experience for you, this item just isn't going to go on pre-order. It should be on shelves just the way we've always done it, shortly at a Target in the US near you, or whatever
already out.
We announced at the time when we revealed it. So this one going straight to shelves. You will see it soon. That is it for today, fans. But 2021 has been great so far. We've got a lot planned for this fall into the winter. It's going to be an action-packed rest.
Show us.
Rancor!
Next year's crap.
Of course, we cannot on 2021.
I can.
That's going to be amazing. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the Hasbro Pulse YouTube page for more Fan First Friday and other great content. And fans, as always, Chris and Jing, it's been a pleasure. May the Force be with you.
Hey, everybody.
There we go.
Jeez, that's all. You know, I hate to be super negative about it, but they're right. It's just a bunch of repacks.
It is. Basically, that's what it is.
And it's
bad.
A lot of that vintage stuff was nice, but I get why they don't make sequel stuff so much, because of the hatred of the sequels. But you can't just ignore a third of the entire Skywalker saga and never make stuff for it.
No.
But
yeah, I mean, since they didn't make a 5 POA line,
yeah.
So they've done.
And Rise of Skywalker had what 3 or 4 figures in the vintage collection that year, and they were basically repackages too. I don't get it, but yeah, that is possibly true too. Although I'm going to hit the toy hunts here in a few minutes and see if I can find anything. But I haven't found anything real good in a while now.
Yeah, the Marvel do have. We were saying that before we came on the stream that Marvel seem to have a live stream just after the Star Wars ones, and they've got one on Monday. And let's see what they're going to show.
Yeah.
What I was saying is their reveals are figures that come for the movies. They bring the figures out first, and then the movies come out. Long before the movies come out and the TV series and things like that. Whereas the Star Wars, they're
years behind.
Trying to catch up.
Yeah, we're 40 years later and we're still trying to get some vintage collection figures out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's depressing as a collector, which is why, frankly, I've went back to Funko, because at least Funko makes stuff I want to collect, and they have things.
Yeah.
But we'll see tomorrow. If I can get on tomorrow, I'll try. But I won't even be home when all that stuff goes on pre-order.
Yeah, I'll have a look for those Stormtrooper figures. But
I definitely need one of those Stormtroopers. The rest I can probably jerry-rig around.
Yeah.
Out.
No. I just don't pre-order figures anymore.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to pre-order stuff, and then I'll forget that I've pre-ordered it.
Yeah. Totally.
I still have stuff on pre-order from Big Bad Toys that should be coming out in October that I did back in January.
Yeah.
And Entertainment Earth is probably where I'll get those vintage that case of vintage figures.
Yeah.
Because they're pretty good about shipping whole cases.
I mean, the only figure I have got on pre-order right now is the Action Force figure. I pre-ordered it last year and still has not come out. I've not heard anything about it.
Yeah.
The Valaverse figures.
Yeah, there's a ton of figures. They did so much practical work on costumes and makeup effects and stuff. There's like 80 or 90 figures just in that stupid casino scene in the second one that you could make figures of. And don't tell me we won't buy them, because yes, we will. Yeah. We have the fat dancing lady from Return of the Jedi. We all bought that one. You say, oh, look, there's a background character. I'll buy him. And, and it's, they just, and again, this whole new set isn't ignoring, in this case, 66% of the trilogies. It's all prequel and Mandalorian.
When they go see Bad Bull Frick, there's John Williams. Everybody buy that figure.
Oh, yeah.
The Dengar figure. Come on. Yeah. There's just so many that would sell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and I can kind of see that, because then they can get an idea of how many they need to produce. What they need to do is stop saying pre-orders are sold out like by Saturday.
Yeah.
No, they're not. These figures aren't coming out till next year. You can make another 100,000 of them.
Yeah. Make more.
Make
as many as gets pre-ordered. Simple.
Yeah, say, okay, here's the pre-order window. It's going to be from Thursday the 9th through to the 25th of September. All those pre-orders are guaranteed. And then they can go and say, well, this one sold a hell of a lot more. So we make 100,000 more of this one and 40,000 less of this one. You can't tell me they couldn't do this. It's just those figures aren't in boxes ready to be shipped for next year. They haven't even been produced yet.
Nope.
So I don't know. And again,
Valaverse are not out yet.
No. Yep, and there's Left Coast. We said that Left Coast. Where's
Yeah.
Hammerhead? You know,
Imagine
we know you want background characters. Yeah, we want the entire cantina.
Yeah.
Put all of them out. You
they
could
did
make
that-
3 waves of just Cantina Black Series figures, and every one of them would sell.
They've done that 3-pack. That just made no sense whatsoever. You've got half a bit of a cantina bar. So you need to buy 3 or 4 of those just to get the proper cantina. So
I really thought
how
that
many Ben Kenobis?
I think we're going to see another 3-pack of that with the sisters and Warl, the bartender. So you have the other half of that.
But why didn't they just do one figure with one bit of the cantina?
Because they wanted to put it out in the box set like it was in the 90s. It's part of the anniversary collection.
How many Ben Kenobis have they brought out in the last?
They didn't show that Leia figure you showed me. It's the same reason they didn't show that today.
Yeah.
In that old style packaging.
Yeah. I mean, that's the 50th anniversary, so that's obviously coming out this year. So why did they show that?
It did something they're holding for next month for FanFest, and they're saying, okay,
Yeah, true, yeah.
Here's all this new stuff that's coming. Yeah.
I can't even remember who I ordered it through, so I can't cancel my order, so I don't know. I don't know what the hell I've ordered it through.
That's my thing. I actually, if I'm going to start ordering this far out, I need a spreadsheet because I would do this with Funko. I would pre-order them and then I'd go to another site or something a week later and I'd be like, oh no, I need that one. And then I'd end up with 3 of the same damn figure.
No, I didn't, because
they should have made 100,000 more of those.
Smiths didn't cancel my pre-order. Arcade One Up, I've got a UK site now, but they haven't got anything on it. I think, was it In Demand? I think In Demand Toys were going to try and get hold of some, but they failed miserably.
Yeah.
So, never going to get it. Never going to get it. 17 pre-orders, yeah. Yeah, you're right. No sequels for no one.
See, I probably won't ever watch the movies again, but if you sell me product on vintage cards and stuff for it, I'll probably buy them.
Oh, yeah.
See, yeah, that Amazon 4-pack, I never got that. That'll be a hole in the collection forever.
I think the only thing I did like through all this live stream was the 4-pack. I think is it 4-pack of the Stormtroopers? Like 3-pack?
4-pack of Stormtroopers.
Yeah, but there's no chance I'd be getting that. It'll sell out. They won't make enough of them.
Pulse people first. Oh, cool.
Nice one. Yeah.
Especially because he's in the Bad Batch. You could just reissue him with a Bad Batch card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, me too. Me
just
too.
because I can't find anything and then I can't find the exclusives.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. My only chance to get a half of the exclusives is Mark ordering them from England and then shipping them to me, which is crazy.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's really bad.
Every time you go to Smith's, I'm like, why do they have toys? Why do we not have toys? We're America, damn it.
Well, the thing is, I can go to Smith's, like you say. I can go to Forbidden Planet. I've got my friend now, Gareth, down in Dewsbury, that has got his own shop, so he gets everything in for me. He got me the 89 Batman comic.
Nice.
That couldn't find anywhere else. I mean, I got things like this. I got things like this off him. The Robert Cop too.
Oh, cool. I have not gotten that figure yet. I need to get that.
Well, he's got another one. So, yeah. So, yeah, Marvel for me is above Star Wars toy-wise, anyway.
Well, and while Marvel does reuse the same body off and on, it's not the same figure.
They're upfront with it. They're transparent with it because they'll say, "Well, we've reused this part, but it's the same body, blah blah blah." But they will tell you when it's a repack.
Yeah, it's not like they need to remold a left and a right arm of somebody in a suit. They just put those on and change the color of the arms.
Yeah,
and it's perfect.
Yeah, that like we just said, the layer. I think, like you said, he's going to be on the Hasbro con, isn't it?
Yeah,
they need to hold things back for that, don't they?
Yeah, that Luke crate was supposed to be out ages ago.
Yeah.
It only came out on Vintage Collection. It never came out of the Black Series.
I'd like that one.
Well, the Grief cargo and cargoes and stuff I don't get. The bandos you can just repaint. People will buy those and make army builders out of them.
Yeah.
Vern will just take that, swap the heads out with something, and that'll be that. I don't know. They've been pushing pretty hard for the sisters since that other one passed away, and now they can make those figures. It would be interesting to see. They're the last great figures. I mean, what if they threw those out as a vintage collection, not a retro collection? Put it on a card as if it was from missing figures.
Put it in a box with a game nobody wants.
Yeah, something like that. I would be a bigger dick about it, and I would make it on a Star Wars card, not retro collection at all, and make it look like the 3 3/4 inch figures from back in the day, and I would put it in as number 93 and turn the back and put it as 93, and now there's 93 figures to collect from that entire series. You don't want me running Hasbro. Yeah. I wonder how much, surely those are shipped one in a box. You can't put like 4 of those in a box to ship somewhere.
Yeah, it's just creative license, isn't it?
Yeah, they're just making up stuff now.
Yeah.
Why is that orange? Oh, well, that's the rank insignia. Yeah. Black is just a normal trooper, and orange is a commander, and then red is supposed to be sergeant or something. It's the way they can read the Clone Wars pauldrons that they have as color variations.
Oh, you're going to Stormtroopers? Yeah, that's brilliant. Yeah, thank you. Pre-order, yeah, lovely. Thank you. Fantastic.
Yeah, I'm actually stopping a lot of new stuff. I'm actually buying vintage stuff. I'm going to a lot more flea markets and a lot more antique shows and looking at just random toys.
Yeah, totally, Jonathan.
And I'm actually going to start buying, and this is crazy for my collection, more loose stuff. Because I don't buy a lot. Run Hasbro should. They first out, Patrick. Either that or I'd let him be himself and be like, you dude, there's no script. Go talk to the Marvel guys for like an hour and see how they do their streams and come back and have a personality. You can't be this boring, dude. You know he isn't, because you see him looking off to his right where he has his script set up.
Yeah.
When he's talking, he's got it pre-approved things.
That epic finale for the Bad Batch. Yeah. Did you watch it?
Well, I think he's mostly talking about the first half of the episode, because really that
first half was okay, but the second half there just nothing happened.
But
I'll definitely be getting that layer. I get all the layers.
I am starting to get a little annoyed that they keep making these 6-inch figures on different style of cards.
Yeah,
I will buy them, but now they're starting to look weird.
Yeah, I don't know when that's.
I don't know when it's coming out.
It'll be next year. It'll be spring next year. Everything is. Hey,
what is up, man? Yeah, that's what everybody says. He went from blah to ooh cool to meh.
Yeah, totally.
And they
Right
should
then.
really start realizing that it's their vintage collection now that people are looking forward to, because they're not dumping any Black Series out.
Yeah.
Oh well.
The
Good
thing
time,
is,
though.
the thing is, for me, the vintage collection is getting so close to the Black Series price. I'm paying more, but about the same. I think it's $18.99 for some figures.
Whew.
Where it's like the Black Series has gone up a bit to probably $22.99, but they've been like £20 for a long time. So the vintage collection would be at £19. So it's getting really close. But yeah, sometimes yeah.
Dave has a good point. It's strange, but it seems that Hasbro are releasing the same Star Wars figures all at the same time in different sizes.
Yeah.
Very true, because you notice their last thing, there was the new Emperor in the box.
Yeah.
Now there's the Emperor in the retro. Now there's Emperor in the vintage. And it does seem that way when they put out the new Empire Lando. Suddenly he was in several different sizes. And I get that all they have to do is scale that up or down. Computers are really good at that.
Do you think when they're making a sculpt of a figure, they're just thinking, well, we'll do a Black Series one as well. So they're doing or even they're doing the Black Series one, then they just shrink it down.
I think they're doing the Black
that might be what they're doing.
I don't know. Since it's all a computer model now, they're not actually physically making the model. You can just scale that down, and if the computer says, well, that fold won't work, then you just remove that fold. But you can keep the head scanned and everything. So I think that's exactly what they're doing, which is why we get so many of the same figures around the same time.
Yeah, they probably do.
They probably are watching. They're half the
throwing paper at them all the time.
Yeah.
You can imagine them all sat at a desk with the divider and just throwing paper at them.
So I popped over there for a second. It ended with 473 likes and 321 dislikes.
Wow.
So almost equal.
Wow.
Likes and dislikes for them.
What am I at?
Let's see. We're at 16
probably about the same.
And 1 dislike. So that's not bad. 31 watchers. Come on, guys.
Oh, Mando.
Here.
Thank you, my friend. Right, I'm gonna play the new video.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
I'm gonna play the new video. Now I'm gonna play it all because it's quite long.
What's wrong with you?
Yeah, I'm not playing it all because it's quite long.
That's funny.
Bless him. I miss him so much. Yeah, it's getting close. They're getting close to each other. Because the quality, I think the quality is rising on the vintage collection.
They are.
Whereas the Black Series,
I think, like you said, because you're basically just redoing the Black Series design on a smaller figure.
Yeah, just shrinking it.
Yeah, you just shrink it, and so it understands the paint sculpt. It understands all that stuff. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see a vintage style card muddy Mandalorian out next as well.
Yeah, thank you, Amanda. Just Hasbro for the rubbish, not the channel. Yeah, not meaning us. I mean, yeah. They just scaled up. I think they'll be scaled down because you get all the detail on larger ones, won't you? And then if they just scale it down,
I think some of the smoother faces like Leia, they do have a hard. When you scale that down, it doesn't look right. There's something odd about Leia's face structure that just doesn't.
Never been able to get Leia right.
Yeah. Oh, and the only ones you're going to be able to get right are the later sequel ones where they actually had her sit and scanned her face properly.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So that'll probably be the only one that ever looks really good is that General Leia.
Right. Thank you everybody for joining us. Thank you, Chris, for jumping on.
It was a great time. Thanks for having me.
Brilliant. So next time you can have another day off.
I'll try and schedule that.
Yeah, Monday.
I just told him I was done. I was like, I'm
Never
not.
got the Marvel one, which will be better, I promise you.
Yeah.
Thanks, everybody.